So here we are, it's the 12th of February 2020, and just before Christmas last year we had an email from Buckingham Palace to say that Princess Royal would like to visit us today. So we had 6 weeks to get ready for this momentous occasion. The last royal visit to a rocking horse making factory was actually when Queen Victoria visited the notorious Collinsons of Liverpool in 1851. She then sat on a horse and deemed that every rocking horse should be dapple grey. Well, we've just had this wonderful visit and we're all exceedingly excited to receive Her Royal Highness. One of the things we did today was we had Her Royal Highness into the showroom and she looked at all the horses, and she very kindly unveiled a plaque that we'd had engraved and mounted on the wall on some beautiful piece of oak. And that is to commemorate this very important day for the history of Stevenson Brothers. It's one of those things, you kind of dream about when you're a child and go, wow, will one day I meet the Queen? Well, you all know that we've met the Queen lots of times, but for her to actually send her daughter to us and to have an hour and a half looking at what we do and being thoroughly interested was a total delight. Once again, Sarah, bless her.
Very good.
Yeah, to keep on rocking.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great year, wasn't it? It was really great watching Her Royal Highness look at the photographs on the wall of Her Majesty the Queen through the years. So we first started with Her Majesty the Queen in 2002 for her Golden Jubilee. And she also noticed Zara on the wall and Toy Town, the rocking horse here that we made to raise funds for the Beijing Olympics. We heard lovely stories about Tinkerbell, and it was lovely for us to actually be part of that making a rocking horse for Her Majesty's 80th birthday, so back in 2006. It was a joy introducing Her Royal Highness to our staff. It was just lovely to see their faces and see them properly interviewed by her and how interested she was in their jobs and how long they'd been working with us. And she said it's a rare thing, that people stay for such a long time in certain jobs in this day and age, and that we've managed to make a huge success of the small business that we have.
When you cut it all as well?
Yeah, it's all templated out. So we have lots of little templates with head templates. I suppose there's one around. So we put it on a flat bit of wood and then mark around it, cut bandsaw that all out. So that's all roughly bandsawed out.
When you get your piece of wood, presumably you have to select out the pieces
we
you're
do.
going to have for legs before you do everything else.
Absolutely,
So,
yeah. So it's all marked out, and then we stick it all together and it's then carved out.
So this is a basic shape, and that comes as part of the machine.
That's part of the template.
Yeah, it's a basic
So-
shape, and I just tinker around with it, get it.
Yeah.
Get it better.
And you always knew about this place.
Yeah, I've always
Grew up with it. In fact, there's a photograph of you riding one of our horses at the Bedfordsham Fair when you were 0. Isn't there? Do you remember?
I think so, yeah.
I was going to say, was he your test jockey?
He was,
Kind of grew out of
test
that,
jockey.
so
Kyle was a
In fact,
test
the whole
jockey.
school used to be.
Well, the
didn't
school,
it?
we
They used to
at
come
the
in.
primary school used to come in all the time.
testing.
Yeah.
Testing, yeah. And we went into the Rocking Horse Hospital where Dr. David and Dr. Ian were working on 2 lovely old FHS horses. And Her Royal Highness saw the construction and actually saw David take the horse apart and have a look inside. And there was this lovely pencil from 1935 saying, "God save the King and Queen." We found some pickling forks, we found all sorts of lovely things. She was really interested, in understanding that side saddle pommels were there so that children could be given a lesson each day, left and right. And she really got that, and obviously must have been a memory of hers from a child.
How old is this one then?
120 years old.
Really?
The sit-up and head weight.
Yes.
There you go, look at that.
It's going to come apart. That's like a treasure box in there.
So there's the construction for you. They're hollow, with legs in each corner.
Can you restore that?
Yeah. The whole thing will have to come apart, clean up all the joints and put it back together.
It's very good.
One of the great pleasures was to introduce Her Royal Highness to one of our oldest employees called Matthew Clift, who's upstairs in the finishing department, and he's painted nearly 8,000 horses for us. And then we asked Her Royal Highness if she'd like to try her hand at painting. And she willingly took up the challenge and took a dry brush from Matthew and did a little bit of dappling on the neck of the horse, which was great to see her doing that. And we hope to use that horse for one of her charities later in the year.
This is what we're looking at. So yeah, if you could do a bit there, that'd be fabulous. Just lightly.
Good.
Yeah. Sounds like a new version of the traditional double line.
One of the most special moments for me was taking Her Royal Highness through the Churchill's charger horse that we made for Her Majesty the Queen to celebrate her Diamond Jubilee. Now, we based this on Sir Winston Churchill's horse from 1896, correctly tacked, and it was lovely showing her the photographs inside the bottom drawer, one of which actually featured her as a 4-year-old waiting at Waterloo Station for her grandmother to come back from Canada. Winston grew up with Blenheim, as we all know, and used to play with lead soldiers, so we put some lead soldiers of him. Yeah. The tack is quite correct, I hope you agree.
For the period.
For the period, yeah, 1896, when he came out of Sandhurst and joined the 4th
Some things have
Hussars.
not changed very much.
No, they haven't. They're still the same today, aren't they? The only
they?
change we made was we put your mother's initial there rather than V, which it would have been. But the jaunty tail angle reveals the bottom drawer. So this is the first time
Oh, is that the first time you'd used that?
we've done it.
I thought that was the sort of standard joke with the bottom drawer.
It was the first time we did some marquetry.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do that here as well?
Yeah.
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 Everything's
Yeah, it's all done here.
We don't import
but we
anything
made
for hair.
a special vellum pouch.
That's
With
going
yes, isn't it just? We come in, chaps. Come on, Charles, you haven't seen this. So we found the chap that owns all these negatives. I couldn't resist that one. And then it's got 8 or 9 photographs of Her Majesty with Churchill.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's
It's Commonwealth Conference, I was going to
Yeah.
say. 52.
V-Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also Commonwealth, I would suggest.
Also, yeah, very much so.
Common from it.
Yeah. So I think Winston had just
right.
yes, I think Winston had just told a joke there. The luncheon.
That's Guildhall
Very good.
kind of.
Yeah. Now, how about that? Remember that occasion?
No,
Okay.
why would I?
Waiting for
But it's definitely, yeah.
It's waiting for the Queen Mother to come back from Canada, I think.
November 54.
There you are. Yeah.
Okay.
Was that St Pancras?
Before I was born?
It says Waterloo.
It says Waterloo. It was Waterloo. Thank you.
I was 4. So
You were 4.
So likely I would remember. Yeah. Yes,
Her
that's
first
a
visit.
famous
Yep,
picture,
that's a
yeah.
very famous picture. First visit to Dowling Street, I think. Yeah. This was a fun one. I don't think Her Majesty had seen this one before. Have you seen that picture before?
Didn't think.
No.
Well, no, I don't think so.
No. She asked me if it was Chartwell. It's actually Chigwell. She was a farm in
Farm centre.
Yeah.
Probably was a riding for the disabled centre, is it?
Possibly, yeah.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
That was end of. Yeah.
Yes.
And then that
Yeah.
famous one, of course.
There we go. Yes. Which is,
Inspirational photograph.
there we go. You know,
Inspired us to
Use it
do
a
this.
lot, don't you?
history. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so lovely to have that photograph, and that was our inspiration. You know, to see the photograph of your mother and auntie.
Would you like to have a go? They take away from
Just like this.
10
I
of
don't
us.
think so.
Oh, we can always do side
Some of them have got sides.
What was so nice was that Her Royal Highness was very relaxed and very jovial and very light and very interested. And it was just so great being in her company and for us to be relaxed and for the staff to be relaxed with her around. She is a very gentle and very, very kind person that's just enthusiastic about what we do. We do a secret locking department under the tummy, so we put their initials there. A little place for the occasion. So if he does, hopefully she says yes.
In that case, open the box.
Open the box, darling. She said, what's the key all about? Take the money.
Yes.
But you can see how popular our extra large horses are, and these are all for adults. So the market has moved from just children to grown-up girls and boys that really, you know, I didn't get one when I was little, I want one now. I want one now.
I just noticed something about yours. The size of his chest is interesting.
Yes,
Slightly over the top.
slightly, yeah. And
You can
airs
see
to
real
the,
variations,
yeah,
can't you?
yeah, indeed.
To the double one there,
Yeah.
single ones.
Yeah. That was because?
That was because your father did a massive amount of work, obviously, with Cutty Sark, and there was a meeting at, yes, I think it was, to discuss what to do with and how to do it and how to finance it and all of that. And we were there. And actually, we have got some timber from Cutty Sark, which came off just before the fire. Thank goodness.
Very good. I wondered if it was City and Guilds related, but
Not yet. No. Oh,
it's just, that would have been
that would have been
an interesting connection.
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, given the skills you have here.
Yes. Well, indeed. It was a very momentous occasion for Stevenson Brothers after 40 years of rocking horse making, and I'm sure very memorable for Her Royal Highness. And I'd like to thank her very much for her time.